Hello, and welcome to another episode of Asshole Decider. Now, I know I was supposed to do a video on Monday, but unfortunately, some stuff came up, so I wasn't able to do it. But hopefully, we should be good going forward. Although I actually am starting a new job right now, so hopefully that won't interrupt things too much. Okay, so with that, let's begin. Okay. Am I the asshole for moving my 26 male girlfriend's 24 female doll out of the bedroom? Okay, I'm very curious what this doll is. Oh no, this sounds like it could be very bad. Okay, I'm using a throwaway just in case my girlfriend sees this, even though she doesn't know about this subreddit. I'm also on mobile, so I apologize in advance for any formatting issues. Too long didn't read, which usually you do at the end, I think. I moved my girlfriend's doll from our room to the living room while she was at work, and she got real mad and left. Haven't heard from her in hours. I feel like a complete asshole. Well, then maybe you are the asshole. You don't have to always get a second opinion. Okay. My girlfriend, who I'll call Jess, and I have been together for 2.5 years. We moved into an apartment together in August of 2019, and everything has been going great. We rarely fight, and if we do, it's just insignificant bickering over small things. I even plan to propose to her soon, and we have discussed marriage and kids more than once in the past. Jess has a doll that her late grandmother passed down to her. She always has it on display because it reminds her of her and brings her peace, her words. The doll never bothered me much, besides it being a little creepy. Yeah. I'm freaked out by dolls and clowns and the like. Sounds pretty normal. It was a bit uncanny that it was always in the room staring at us while we had sex and slept, but she was adamant on not moving it, and I let it go because it was her room and her apartment. However, since we've been living together, I've started pressing her more and more about moving the doll. Sorry, I'm just. Oh, this sounds so terrible. Just imagine this doll. I really wish there's a picture of the doll. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. She keeps in the corner of our bedroom facing perpendicular to our bed, so it's not looking straight at us. A compromise we made. Oh no. Oh, that's hilarious and terrible at the same time. Maybe if he just turns the doll away when they have sex. Oh no. What a compromise. Can we turn it so it's not quite looking straight at us? It still makes you uncomfortable at times. For example, I'll walk into the room or walk out of the bathroom and forget that the doll is there, and it will scare the hell out of me. Dude, I think you're in a horror movie. Like, I swear to God, we're gonna find out some sort of update that this dude was found violently murdered. Oh my God. I work at a pharmacy and she works at a grocery store, so we're both essential workers. Today, when I came home from work, the doll was now on the other side of the bedroom, facing our bed. Since she was at work, I didn't ask before moving it to the living room just outside the bedroom door against the wall. I took a shower and a half-hour nap and woke up to her shaking me and asking me why I moved her doll. I told her I didn't want it staring at me while I slept and told her she shouldn't have moved it where it faces the bed. She should have known not to do that since we compromised on it before. She burst into tears, called me a fucking inconsiderate asshole, grabbed the doll, and left the apartment. It's been 3 hours and I have no idea where she is. I've called her phone and it goes straight to voicemail. I've called her sister, her best friend, and her mom, and none of them have heard from her. I'm starting to get really concerned, and I feel extremely guilty at this point. If she wasn't home by morning, her mom and I are going to try and file a missing persons report. Am I the asshole for moving her doll? Oh, good lord. ETA. I should add something that may be significant. The doll is not small. It's about the size of a 5 or 6 year old child. It's also flexible, as in it can be positioned. Yeah, dude, this doll's gonna murder you. Are you sure that your girlfriend moved the doll and that the doll itself didn't move? This motherfucker is going to wake up to hear the sound of tiny doll feet pattering across the floor. Honey, is that you? Hears child laughing coming from this fucking doll as it strangles him. What the shit? This is a horror movie. Like, this is a legitimate horror movie. Never mind who's the asshole. Like, dude, run. Like you're in a horror movie. Your girlfriend may already be dead by the doll's hand. Like, the size of a 5 or 6 year old. That's a pretty fucking big doll. Like, I was thinking it might be like 2 feet tall. This thing's probably like 3 or 4 feet tall. That's so fucking huge. It's flexible. Oh my god. Yeah, this doll is gonna straight up murder someone if it already hasn't. Like, what exactly happened to the grandmother? Are we sure the doll wasn't responsible? That's, as to who's the asshole, because I should go to that before I sentence myself to burning in hell for making jokes about a doll murdering this poor woman's grandmother. um, this is a tough one. On the one hand, I feel like maybe, I guess I'll say everyone's kind of the asshole on this one, I think. Because on the one hand, shut up, Louie. Louie, shut up. Excuse me. Uh, on the one hand, you have, um, the girlfriend, you know, messing with their compromise. And, if they did compromise by saying that they would have the doll not staring directly at the bed, and if the girlfriend did move it, although I'm not convinced, I think the doll moved itself. But, since she moved it, although you moved it out of the room where you could have just put it back where it was before. Um, so really, I think both of you are the asshole. Although her reaction seems to be, oh, damn it, Ace. Sorry about that. Ace ran into the table, knocking the camera over. Okay, so. Uh, Okay, normally, or I haven't before ever looked at any of the comments, but oh, I kind of want to this time. Okay. Holy shit. Holy shit. Okay, I feel a little bad about the making the joke about the doll before reading this part. Her grandmother was killed in a murder suicide by her grandfather. I don't really know many details. Oof. I agree I shouldn't have moved it, and I overreacted to her overreaction. I've been concerned about her obsession, but not enough where it bothers me. Until now, that is. She doesn't like me touching the doll and is very possessive over it, too. I realize now how strange that is, and I do think she needs a therapist. I'm keeping in contact with her family, and I'll definitely update when I get in contact with her, which hopefully is soon. I'll most likely be up all night because I'm so worried. Ooh, the only notable issue is she has insecurities from being cheated on in the past. Ooh, what? Oof, it honestly sounds like it might be a hidden camera or microphone involved. That this isn't normal. Another commenter mentioned that, and I'm petrified by the thought of that. Uh, yeah, sure, but that would change everything, and I could never trust her again. What? I agree completely. Oh, okay. See, this is why I don't want to look at comments, because then you're just gonna end up spending the whole video reading what everyone has to say. I don't know if I agree with that camera thing though. Um, yeah, that seems like a little bit of a stretch. I would say it definitely has more to do with um, the stuff with the grandmother. So yeah, oof. I guess I'm the asshole for this one. Oops. Okay, let's do this next. Oh boy, this is gonna be terrible. Am I the asshole for taking a 3 hour nap every afternoon, expecting my husband to look after the kid, and only wake me up for emergencies? My husband, 38, and I, 34, female, have been married for 5 years. We have a 4-year-old daughter and a 3-month-old son. Our son has a health condition and needs to be fed every 40 to 80 minutes. I work in IT and can easily work from home and generally make my own schedule. My husband works from 6 a.m. to 3 p.m. I get up every hour at night to feed our son so my husband can sleep. I drop our daughter off at kindy in the morning and then work and look after our son. I obviously don't get much sleep during the night, so I started to go to sleep from 3:30 to 7 p.m. and I make it clear that I am not to be woken up unless there's an emergency. My husband looks after the kids and cooks tea while I'm asleep, and at 7 we all eat. After that, we take turns reading stories to our daughter as a bedtime ritual. She's usually down for the night at 8. Then my husband and I have some us time from 8 to roughly 9:30, which is when he goes to sleep. After that, it's only me looking after our son so my husband can sleep through the night. I usually do some more work and go to sleep at around midnight, but obviously very interrupted sleep since I have to get up every hour. My husband has started complaining recently. He doesn't think I should sleep in the afternoon because during that time childcare is on him completely. He wants some time to relax when he gets home. But the thing is, I need a few hours of uninterrupted sleep too, otherwise I'll go crazy. Our son will most likely outgrow his condition and should be able to live a normal toddler life by the time he is 18 months. I can't possibly not sleep for another year and 3 months, though. My husband isn't happy. Are you the asshole here? No, no. No, obviously you're not the asshole here. It's your husband. Your husband's being the asshole. I mean, it sounds you like what's been going on has been a system that has, kind of allowed both of you to, the way it works right now seems to make sense where, if you're taking care of nights, he should be taking care of the day, during that time when you're napping. I mean, unless he's going to maybe instead of having it so, I mean, the only thing I can think of that would really work is if you made it so you guys alternate who wakes up, every hour. So instead of doing it every hour, it'd be every 2 hours. So you'd go, and then he'd go, you'd go, he'd go every hour. So that way you guys get like 2 hours of uninterrupted sleep till it's your turn to go again. But I mean, unless you're gonna do that, I don't think he has any right to complain. It sounds like he gets to he gets to sleep through the night. The least he can do as the fucking parent to the child is fucking be able to deal with having to look after his children. Like, holy mother of God, it's his fucking child too. He has to fucking man up, stop complaining, especially if it's only going to be for a year and a half, 18 months. I mean, it's probably going to be a terrible, 18 months, or, well, I guess 1 year and 3 months at this point. But honestly, you just have to deal with it. Like, come on, dude. Like, you're a parent. You have to take care of your kids. That's your responsibility. That's something you agree to when you become a parent. Like, you don't get to just dismiss things. Sorry, the dog just ran by the table again. I don't know what the heck just startled them, but now they're barking. They're borking. Shut up, guys! You're interrupting. But yeah, it's it is amazing how the fucking low ass standards that men feel entitled to when it comes to raising kids. It's just awful. Like, this is stupid. Like, he's their parent. He gets to look after them too. If you're making it so he can stay up, or sorry, you're making it so he can sleep throughout the night, he has no right to complain that you're sleeping during the day. Yeah, I know, he just got off of work, whatever. Tough titties. You just got to deal with it. Okay, let's do them. Okay, am I the asshole because I didn't send my ex best friend a message when her sister died? Okay. This is a throwaway account, as she does not, or as she does have Reddit, and I know she uses this sub. I really don't want her to know this is me. Well, I think once you start telling a story and she recognizes that those things match her experiences, I think she'll figure out it's you. I don't quite see how you'd be able to get away with this. Like if you're telling the story, unless you're telling it terribly, I think she's gonna notice if it's seeming to fit what has happened to her. Like, it makes no sense why you even try to use a throwaway account. Like, if you know she's gonna forget, you just have to accept the fact that she's probably gonna see this. Like, what? You expect her to read this and not be able to notice where it matches her life? Okay. Getting past that stupidity. Okay, so me and my best friend had this huge fight. She can just be a little judgmental. She always got to be right. And she's really pushy, and she's one of those people who will say what's on their mind without a filter. Oh, so she's an awful person. Okay. I'm sorry. If you're doing that, if you speak without a filter, you're pretty much an asshole. I mean, unless you have a condition that has impacted your ability to understand social cues, etc. You know, unless that's the case, you're being an asshole if you speak without a filter. Okay. I mean, sure, she's really supportive with my aspirations of wanting to be a model and helps get my shots done, but she's got a big personality, so she's an asshole. That's what saying someone has a big personality means. Anyway, we got into a little fight. What it is about isn't important, but we haven't spoken since. Anyway, a day later, her sister dies, and I know she was really close with her sister, but because of this fight, and I don't want to be the one to apologize first, because what if she judges me or says something mean or throws it back in my face? But someone else told me I was being petty for not texting her when her sister died. But if we're not speaking because of this fight, then why should I? I'm a really nice and kind person, and I always do what I can for everyone around me. She's the one who lost her temper. I'm pretty sure I'm not the asshole here. Oh boy. Yeah, you are the asshole here. Oh my god. Edit. Some of you are just as judgmental as she is. I'm a really nice and kind person always, and I've never once been mean to people. I didn't message her because we were fighting and didn't want to apologize first because she might judge me if I do, and that would mean she was right. If she says sorry, I'll even go to the funeral if I don't already have plans. God damn. If she apologizes. If she apologizes. Otherwise, go to hell. Oh my god. Look, I messaged her a simple message just to see if people on here are right, and she didn't really seem that grateful that I'd reached out to her. All she said was thank you, and that she was having a hard time right now. Oh my god. When I mentioned that this didn't change our fight and how she hurt me, but I would be there for her because I'm nice and kind. And she texted me. She hadn't been thinking about it, so she clearly doesn't intend to say sorry. Like, what was I meant to do? You are just a bad person. God damn it. Oh no. Are you sure she's the one with a big personality? Oh my god. If she isn't going to be nice, I don't see why I should be considered the asshole. If people just stop arguing with me and see things from my side so I can show her the replies. I only wanted some sympathy and some proof that she has been really judgmental lately. And really all I've found is people taking her side because her sister died. Oh my god. This motherfucker is the most oblivious person. But everyone is ignoring that we were fighting about something that she started and that she should apologize for. Her sister died. She probably isn't thinking about it right now. What the fuck is wrong with you? Oh, what the hell? Why aren't you focusing on my feelings, god damn it? Sorry for your loss, but fuck you. Oh, I'm really sorry that her sister has died. Oh, yeah, I'm sure. And I know they were really close. Sometimes she even hung out with her sister instead of me. That's only because she doesn't have any other friends, and I do. You petty bitch. Oh my god. I think I should have been the one to message first, give her text backs about the whole thing. And maybe now Reddit will finally agree with me. Absolute insanity. Really sorry your sister's dead. But fuck her. She better goddamn apologize to me if she wants me to go to the funeral. Oh my god. Yes, you're the asshole. Holy shit. Ugh. Oh my god. You'd think the death of the sister might cause this person to be like, maybe we can, maybe, what, our fight wasn't that important anyhow. Maybe we can go and make amends, so I can be here for my friend during their time of need. But no, clearly, this is the time to stick to your guns and just be like, fuck you. I'm not going to your sister's funeral. Uh, I don't want to be the one to talk to her first. She'll think she's right. What is the matter with you? And then putting in the dig that sometimes she'd hang out with his sister instead of me. That's only because she doesn't have any other friends. What the shit? Like, how old is this person? Oh my god. This person is just awful. Ugh. Okay. Would I be the asshole if I do not give inheritance to my husband's kids who have hated him since his divorce? Oh boy. As long as this doesn't involve leaving someone who then dies of cancer. Made a throwaway, so because this may be controversial. Fuck. 30 years ago, my husband and his wife divorced. Because of an affair his wife has been having for 5 years up to that point. They already had two children and a third coming. After the divorce, my husband broke. One second. Okay. My husband was broke. The ex took the kids to the house, but husband negotiated with her and pretty much gave her everything in exchange for him not having to pay alimony. That was a smart move on his part because not longer after we met, he took up a position working in IT. He clambered up the ladder and soon, within 15 years, became a regional IT director within a large company. He earned a lot and soon started investing smartly into several areas of his interest. Overall, he made about $10 million for himself and only to himself since we have a prenup. Oof. Meanwhile, all this, he had been attempting to contact his children and all denied him. The husband did not blame the children as they probably had a terrible image of him given by their mother, but nevertheless he gave up on having a relationship with them because none tried to make it work. Oh, not long ago, my husband had passed away due to an illness and left me and my two children the inheritance. I inherited $8 million, and my children inherited $1 million each, and a hefty amount in shares. I was saddened by his passing since I loved him dearly, but then I received a text from an unknown number, then from two others. Long story short, their mother broke down from guilt after hearing of my husband's death and told her children that she had lied this whole time. Now they're trying to contact me and hoping to say that they deserve a share of the inheritance. They're telling me how much they didn't know about him, and had they known, they certainly would have let him back in their lives. I understand that they were under an illusion made by their mother, but I feel like they don't deserve a cent. So, would I be the asshole? Oof. Jesus Christ. No, I don't think you're the asshole. It sounds like the former wife, was an asshole. Uh, I mean, on the one hand, I feel bad for these kids. You know, if they grew up hearing lies about their dad, you know, that sucks. Uh, but yeah, I would also say like it's kind of convenient that they're coming in, after the dad had died, uh, and that's when they start, you know, coming in trying to get a hold of you. Um, I mean, that just sounds kind of sketchy. Like if he had an illness, in did the wife know that he had an illness? The ex-wife, I should say. Because if she did, why didn't she come clean then? I don't know. It just sounds very sketchy that it's now right after he died that these kids are suddenly coming forward. Although it sounds like they're blatantly just saying, "Yeah, we deserve the money," which, ew. I mean, I get it on the one hand because, like, fuck, this dude was rich, and that's a lot of money. Especially stocks are involved. That could still potentially, you know, add up even more than what you've mentioned. Um, oh, that's tough. Ugh. So I don't think you're the asshole. I think the kids might kind of be, maybe not kind of, are. But on the other hand, they do have a point where really they're kind of a victim in this too, assuming they're telling the truth about how their mom came clean after the dad died. But oof, oof, I say. Uh, I guess she put in a will and does not mention his other family, so she went with that. Otherwise, I would have been like suggesting, hey, I guess think about what your husband would want and what he would do given the situation. Although the fact that he didn't put them in the will at all kind of shows that, you know, I think he accepted that he would not ever be a part of his life and would not therefore gain anything from him, which I mean sucks for them. I mean, I guess the bigger loss would be that they, never got to live with their dad, or never got to know him or have a relationship with him. Yeah, that sucks. Okay, we'll do one more. Oh my god, am I the asshole for not telling my brother who was on his honeymoon that our father died? Throw away. This took place a while ago, but the fallout is still hot. My father had health problems for the last few years, and he recently succumbed to them. During this time, my brother had gotten married and was on his honeymoon. I made the choice to be the one to inform my brother of the news. Our mother died years ago, so I am the only one left in our family that's closest to him. I told any other distant family members to refrain from letting him know until I say it's okay. I decided, in all fairness, that he should get to enjoy his honeymoon with his new wife, and I decided not to tell him until he gets back. We had a few gatherings, and then the funeral happened. Some people were wondering why, oh my God, were wondering why my brother wasn't there, and I explained the situation that he is on his honeymoon. A few people thought it was the right thing to do to let him enjoy it. Others thought I should have told my brother, so I guess that is where the divide began. Oh my God. A few days after the funeral, my brother came out, and I quickly texted him that our father died. You texted him that your father died. Oh my God. He almost immediately called me up and was freaking out, understandably. I expected he would be surprised. You didn't fucking call him? Or, oh my God. I expected he would be surprised, but he sounded flabbergasted, as if our father had no health problems prior to his death. I told him that this was going to happen eventually. He asked when the funeral would be, and I explained to him that we already had it, and then he started screaming at me on the phone and cursing at me. I hung up on him until he could calm down. However, since then, I've made repeated attempts to call him back, but he refused my calls. I understand he has the right to be mad, but he should also understand I didn't, so he wouldn't be stressing over what would be a happy time in his life. Oh my! Why would you think that was a good idea? Like, I get it. I get you. You were trying to do something you thought was good. You were trying to, you know, preserve their honeymoon, but oh my God, especially because it meant he missed your father's funeral. What the hell is the matter with you that you would think that that was okay? Like, honeymoons can be rescheduled, funerals can't. Like, yeah, it sucked that, this happened and you were put in this position, but oh my God, I think you made the absolute worst decision. And also, you fucking texted him that your father died? Text. You didn't think that was worth a phone call, maybe? Like, you couldn't have texted him, hey, call me when you have a chance. Or maybe try to see him in person? Like, at all? You couldn't do that? You texted him? Like, why would you think that that was a good idea? I just can't imagine. Like, oh, and I get you were trying to do something you thought was nice and good, and but sometimes life doesn't work that way. Sometimes we have to accept bad things when they happen. And you're trying to spare your brother, I think, made his pain all the more awful. Um, I mean, funerals are important. And the fact that he had to miss it and didn't even have the option of getting to attend, like, that is something that can stay with you for a long time. I just, like I said, like, hunt, it would have sucked. And yeah, maybe they lose out on money, but I'm sure, maybe they could have done something like a GoFundMe to, like, try to recoup the costs that they incurred by having to cancel their trip. Or maybe they could do a Kickstarter. They could, they could do a GoFundMe to help them fund, a second honeymoon if that, really meant wouldn't, have the money for another go. Because I'm sure, if they rented the hotel, travel plan and stuff, they would have missed out unless they had insurance or whatever on it. But I just, yeah, you screwed up, and yeah, you were the asshole. I don't think you were trying to be, but that is definitely what ended up happening. And oh, your brother has every right to be mad at you. I'd be mad at you. I think everyone else in this situation would be mad at you. I can't imagine finding out one of my parents died and then also finding out that I can't go to the funeral because they already had it without telling me. Oof, awful. Just very poor decision making. I guess the lesson is if someone dies and someone else is on honeymoon, make sure you tell them because holy shit. I mean, if I guess it would be one thing if the funeral wasn't going to be until they were back from the honeymoon. I feel like in that situation you might be okay because they wouldn't be missing the funeral. Uh, and so they could like that would be a that I think would have been fine, but to go ahead and have it so the funeral takes place while they're on their honeymoon, yeah, that was bad because obviously your brother very much would have rather gone to the funeral, and hopefully he doesn't end up regretting not being able to do that for a long time. Jesus, just bad decision making. Okay, well, that wraps it up for this episode of Asshole Decider. Thank you for joining me. I hope if you like this video, you would like and subscribe. And also, feel free to comment on who you think was the asshole of the week. I don't know why I say week. Asshole of the day. It's probably going to be me for making fun of that poor grandmother. Uh, Jeez. But until then, until next time, try not to be the asshole.